When you're young, you always want to go against your parents, no? They want to apply hair oil, but you use gel. Eat your greens, they say, but you eat burfi. They get you into engineering, but you fail at it. They want you to have a traditional scooter, but you want something cool, funky and sporty. In the traditional sporty scooter Jugalbandi, there was always the Activa Dio, Access, Avenis, Jupiter Ntorq, but the Destini didn't have anything. Not anymore. Meet the Xoom 125. It's the middle child in the Xoom family and Hero's sporty alternative to the Destini 125. Armed with a familiar look and the same engine as the Destini, this is the newest entrant to the 125cc sporty scooter world. The Xoom 125 has a very familiar silhouette and that's not a bad thing. I quite like the 110's appearance and I feel a nice connection with this as well. But let's move on to bigger things because physically this is a big scooter. Apart from the bodywork, the 14-inch rims are adding to that big boy effect. By the way, this is the first and only scooter in the 125cc segment that gets 14-inch rims. For example, the Aerox, which is a 155cc scooter, that gets 14-inch rims. So overall, I think I'm very impressed with the form and also what Hero is offering today in terms of overall looks. How it feels on the road is something that you will understand later in this video. But for now, really nice. The quality is pretty decent too. I don't see any uneven panel gaps. The switchgear feels nice. Paint quality feels really nice, so no big complaints there. Oh, and on a final note, the engine is shared with the Destini and so is the frame. But here, the engine is more inclined towards performance. So how does it translate to on-road feel? It feels great. Right off the bat, I can tell you that this is a quick accelerating scooter. Hero's claiming that this is the fastest 125cc scooter. Does 0 to 60 in some 7 point something seconds. It's even faster than the Ntorq if that's the case. The refinement is also really nice. It's very, very smooth. In fact, I don't feel anything on the handlebar, like super refined, nothing on the floorboard. Well done. However, I feel the throttle is a little snatchy. Could have been smoother, and it's a problem if you are taking, let's say, a tight turn and then get on the gas. So it suddenly, you see that pull that it does? That could be a problem for some. A good amount of leg space, even the floorboard space for that matter. Ergonomically, I am very comfortable. Seat padding is also really nice. Handling as well feels like a nice scooter that flows. So the 14-inch wheels should actually help with stability, but no compromise on handling as well. Just gonna take this nice flowing turn to show you. Just feels like a scooter, yeah? I mean, nothing too complicated here. The ride quality though is slightly firm. It gets better when you have a pillion on board because there's more load, so the rear tends to be a little better. But if you're riding alone, if you're riding solo, then you might feel the firmness of the ride. You'll probably not look at the spec sheet for scooters, but let me quickly throw in some numbers. It's not the lightest and it's not the smallest in its class. It doesn't have the biggest underseat storage and neither does it have a big fuel tank. But Hero claim it's the quickest to 60 in its class and should return about 54 kilometers to a liter, which is big. For reference, the Destini offers 59 kilometers per liter, so this is definitely not bad. When you think about it, Hero was never known as a scooter brand. Their recognition primarily came from motorcycles. But today I am convinced that they are headed in the right direction with scooters. Has the Xoom 125 set a benchmark today? I don't think so, but overall it's a nice, complete product. My big and only disappointment is that they took so long to get this product out because I first saw it at EICMA 23 and we are in 25. And according to Hero's research, a lot of people also invested in the 125cc scooter segment, so this delay has only hurt the brand. So is this a case of too little too late? Maybe late, but definitely not little because I have no big complaints here.
This has largely been a very positive experience, but the real test of this scooter will happen back in Pune when we pit it against competition. Because I finally feel the TVS Ntorq has got some really nice competition, and it's always good to see. And maybe we might put in the Dio 125, the Avenis as well, just to spice things up. But that's for later. For now, if you're a college student and if you're watching this video, you should definitely consider test riding this. Because overall, like I said, it's been really nice. You might miss out on a couple of utilitarian factors like it's got a smaller boot space, smaller fuel tank. But overall, on that note, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, comment and let me know what you think about this scooter. And of course, share it with your friends. Thank you once again. My name is Varun Painter and I will see you later.